Hello everyone. Now let's see Rule 33. What is Rule 33? Up till now we have seen Section 15. Section 15 and the other rules. Section 15 said that if any expenditure, is incurred by the supplier but paid by the recipient, then that amount which is paid by recipient and which is not included in the value of supply is to be added back, right? And I had explained the logic of that. That was done to avoid, people used to avoid tax, so the government made that law saying that if any additional amount is paid by the recipient separately which is in relation to the supply, then that has to be added to the value of supply, right? So in that I explained you the logic that I, being a supplier, would like to shift my costs and profits to you separately. Okay, so you will pay my costs. So then if you pay my costs separately, then what will happen? Those costs will be included in my value of supply. But there is one exception to that, and that is given in this Rule 33. You will incur the cost, but it will not be included in the value of my supply. So what is that? That is called as a principle of pure agent. Now just take an example. I have given you this lecture for say 14,000. So that 14,000 has been taxed. GST has been applied to it. But if I take you for a tour, I announce that I'm going to take all my students or whoever wants to join for a trek to Himalayas. And we are going this year. This year we are going on 23rd of June to Kuari Pass. 50 students have joined from across India, and next time I'll announce soon. So we'll have some program after November also, maybe in Goa or maybe somewhere, beautiful place. Okay, so you'll get the communication for that, don't worry, and we'll organize it. And these programs are not just trekking tours, but I have incorporated a lot of trainings into it, a lot of management stuff, a lot of management training, leadership quality, leadership skill development, and mind power development tools. So these people are going to enjoy like hell, or you can say enjoy like heaven actually. I'll tell you what happens after I come back from the tour. I'll put a video on YouTube for you guys to see. Okay. Now the question is that I'm going to take you for tour. Now it is up to you to join or not to join. Okay. So I'll hire some company, some adventure tourism company, to make a package for us. I am not going to make. I don't know anything about that. I know it, but who will go and research all the things? So I'll hire somebody. So we'll take a package from a tour operator. If they give me a package of say 20,000 per person, I'll ask you guys to collect 20,000 and pay to that tour operator. I am not going to profit in that because I have nothing to do. It is just I am arranging it for you. So in that case, who am I? I am acting as your pure agent. You guys wanted to go to a tour. I arranged it on a collective basis. I took money from you, the exact amount that I am going to pay to the tour operator. I don't have even a single rupee of profit into it. So in that case, will that amount taken by me become chargeable to GST? Answer is no. That amount is not to be added because I'm just acting as your pure agent. Similarly, if you guys want some books, some textbooks to study, I say okay, I have got contact with the publisher. I can arrange it for you at a very less price, 30% discount. So I collect money from you guys, that reduced 30% amount. I pay to the publisher and the publisher supplies the books. I distribute the books amongst you. So will that amount that I am taking from you for the book be added to the value of my service? No, because again I am acting as your pure agent. So let's see, what is this concept of pure agent? When can it be considered that I am acting as your pure agent? When I incur some expense and then I recover it from you. Let's see. A lot of conditions are involved here. to explain that who is a pure agent. Let's see. So it says, notwithstanding anything contained in the provisions of this chapter. So this rule overrides all the earlier rules. It overrides all the earlier rules, okay? The expenditure or cost incurred by a supplier as a pure agent of the recipient. I am the supplier, I am giving you this class. So I am supplier, you are the recipient. So apart from this class, I am incurring some expense on your behalf and later on recovering it from you. So okay, so I am incurring expense on your behalf. It is not part of my service expense. No, it is a separate expense which I am incurring on your behalf as your pure agent. You wanted book, I got the book for you. You wanted to go for a tour, I booked it for you. You want to do something, I book it for you. So that is a pure agent concept. Shall be excluded. This amount shall be excluded from the value of supply if all the following conditions are satisfied. So government has imposed lot of conditions. Number one, the supplier acts as a pure agent of the recipient when he makes the payment to third party. So basically the goods or the service that is going to come from third party. I am not running that tour, okay? I am not the tour operator. Tour operator is somebody else. The wanderers are the tour operators. So I hire their services for you, or it may be for goods. I purchase the books for you, okay? So I am acting as a pure agent. And when he makes payment to third party, so when I make payment to third party, I am acting as your pure agent. On authorization by such a recipient, you have authorized me to pay and book the tour or call the books. Then the payment made by the pure agent on behalf of the recipient has been separately indicated in the invoice issued by the pure agent to the recipient of service. So my service invoice will be separate, and this amount that I am taking from you as a pure agent will be shown separately. But if I don't show it separately, say for example I include a tour in my fees itself, if that happens, so I'll tell you that look, I've changed my fee from 14,000 to 20,000. I've raised my fees to 20,000, but this includes a tour for every student. So I'm making it compulsory for every student to join a tour, okay? And I'm taking that 7,000 or 6,000 extra for that. But I'm not showing it separately. I'm showing 20,000 as the value of my DVDs, pen drives, classes. So in that case, full 20,000 will become chargeable to tax. Then I cannot exclude that 6,000. So if I want to exclude, I have to mention it separately in the invoice. Okay? I have to mention it separately. 14,000 for classes, 6,000 for tour. And thirdly, the supplies procured by the pure agent from third party as a pure agent of the recipient are in addition to the services he supplies on his own account. For my sake, I am supplying you with service, coaching class. And this tour or the books or whatever is in addition to. That is not my main business. So if I become a tour operator, then tour operation becomes my main business. Then the money I am charging from you will be taxable fully. Then I cannot exclude it. Then it is fully taxable. So it should be in addition to. And for the purpose of this rule, the expression pure agent means a person who, now they have defined pure agent also, who enters into a contractual agreement with the recipient of service, that is you, okay, the recipient of supply, to act as his pure agent to incur expenditure or cost in the course of supply of goods or service or both. So I am entering into an agreement with you to incur expense on your behalf. We have entered into agreement. Do you want to go for tour? You say yes. Sir, please pay on my behalf. Then I will reimburse the money to you. Then neither intends to hold nor holds any title to the goods or services or both. So when the service comes to me, it is not for me. It will transfer to you. If the books come, I have no title in those books. It is your book. I'll just bring it and give it to you. That's it. So I hold no title in that service or in the goods that come under this agreement. Then does not use for his own interest such goods or services so procured. I cannot use your book. The books will come in a sealed condition. They will be delivered to you in the same sealed condition. I am not going to use them, nor the service. And receives only the actual amount incurred to procure such goods or services in addition to the amount received or supplied. He provides on his own account. So I have booked the tour, and whatever is the tour expense, I will recover that much amount only. I am not going to add any kind of profit. Okay. So that is called as a concept of pure agency. So that amount that I am recovering from you for the tour or for the books or for some other expense that you want to incur, and I incur on your behalf and then recover it from you, it will not be included in the value of my service. So the analysis is given there again. You can just go through it. Like an example is given that if suppose you want to register a company and you have hired me for that purpose, so I am taking an X amount for the service that I am giving, but then there has to be payments made to ROC also, stamp duty and this and that. A lot of payments are required to be made to the registrar of companies for the purpose of registering the company. If I make those payments on your behalf and then recover it from you, will that be included in the value of my service? No, because there I am acting only as a pure agent. I recover the money and I pay to ROC. It's not for my sake. Then thereafter there is one rule 34, rate of exchange of currency other than Indian rupee for determination of value. Means if the invoices are in dollars, then how to convert it into rupee? Because for imposing tax, you have to first convert this invoice which is in dollars. Suppose invoice is of $200, so it has to be converted into rupee, and then we will apply the GST rate to it. So how this dollar will be converted into rupees? At what rate of exchange? So that is given here, rule 34. It says the rate of exchange for determination of value of taxable goods shall be applicable rate of exchange as notified by the board under section 14 of Customs Act 1962 for the time of supply of such goods in terms of section 12 of the Act. So we will follow Customs Act, and whatever Customs Act says, we will follow that. Okay. And the rate of exchange for determination of value of taxable services, for services, it shall be applicable rate of exchange determined as per the generally accepted accounting principles for the date of time of supply of such services. Whatever is the time of supply, TOS. So on that date, we will see what is the exchange rate as per the generally accepted accounting principles. So for goods you have to follow the customs law, and for services generally accepted accounting principles. Means whatever principles you are following for maintaining your accounts, your accounting policies, you can say. So that is also simple. And last is rule 35, value of supply inclusive of integrated tax, central tax, state tax or union territory tax. Means if the amount is inclusive, like in my case, I give the amount inclusive, like I am selling this DVD to you at 14,000, that is inclusive of tax. So then how do I calculate tax? How do I calculate value? 100 upon 118 is my value. So all of you know what is the formula for calculating the amount of tax. So tax is, if you want to calculate tax, then it will be 14,000 into 18 upon 118. And if you want to calculate value, it will be 14,000 into 100 upon 118. Very simple point. No need to read also. So those are the simple 3 rules which we just saw. I think the shortest lecture we have had till date. And then again the questions come to, there are theory questions as well as practical questions on valuation. Very important questions. You will go through it once. Answers are also given, and we will cover it in the later part of our lectures. Okay.